So for task 4 in your packet, this is an assignment and you're going to create your own coordinate design. So in this course, you are going to have a project, and for that project, you will have to create a mini golf course using some type of technology. And so this is kind of our first practice with creating a golf course hole and then using technology to create the hole. So you are going to design a miniature golf course hole or a putt-putt hole on the graph paper provided. You will use only the first quadrant for your design, which means your X and Y coordinates will all be positive. You want to start by labeling the X and Y axis and the origin on your graph paper on the next page. And then you're going to label each corner with an ordered pair and connect your corners. So here you can see on this graph course, there are corners B, C, D, E, F, and G. And so all of those are connected. And then there's a start of the hole A and H. And then we'll talk about I in a minute. So you're gonna make sure that you keep your design in the first quadrant and somewhat simple. You should not have any rounded edges, and many of your sides will intersect at right angles. It is okay to have other angles too, but it's generally easier if you just have right angles. The intersections should always occur at grid crossings, as you see in the example. So you don't want to make a point like in the middle between two whole numbers. That is hard to figure out what the coordinates are. So you want to stick with your coordinate points being all at whole numbers. The way you identify the corners with an ordered pair, and then don't forget to place an ordered pair where the cup or the hole for the ball to go in should be. And here's an example of a simple design. Okay, and then so that is your first thing, is you're going to, on the packet, let me show you in the packet. You're going to, on this grid paper, like draw your X and Y axis and then draw a coordinate graph. I would draw like the X and Y axis kind of on the edge to make it easy. And then you are going to, after that, after you've designed your putt-putt hole, write a set of instructions for someone else to recreate your design using the blank space below. Use letters to name the ordered pairs that are the corners, include instructions to tell the other person which points to connect to complete the design, and you should use complete sentences. So for this design, I'm not going to write it out, but I will kind of talk about how I would explain it. So you can say, like, I would start at the point 1, 1, and this point is labeled A, and then I would connect A to point B, where B is located at the point 1, 9, and then I would connect B with a line to point C, and point C's coordinates are at 8, 9, and then when I'm writing the coordinates out, like in your description, you would write them like an ordered pair, 8, 9. And then you would continue in this manner. So you would talk about connecting C to D and what their coordinate points are, and then D to E, and then E to F, F to G, G to H. And then you want to say something like, I stopped at point H, where H was the coordinates 3, 1, and I did not connect points A and H. And then you also need to include a hole, like a little dot for where the actual hole of the golf course is. And you need to state what that hole is and label it. So then I would say the hole for my golf course is located at the point 7, 6. And I named that coordinate point I. And so you want to be very clear in your instructions. So what you're going to do is you're going to, do that, and then on Canvas, you are going to load it under homework task 4 in packet. So you're going to click on this, and you are going to complete task 4, and you're going to make sure to do both questions 1 and 2 and upload a picture from question 1 and your instructions from question 2. You can use Genius Scan or any of the other scanning apps that there are. Make sure it's in a PDF. You should also upload your instructions to homework task 4, create your own coordinate design. And there is a rubric here, so you should refer to this rubric to make sure that you have all of the parts. So then once you're done with that, the second part of this assignment is going to be this homework task 4, create your own coordinate design. So what you're going to do is you're going to upload only your instructions from question 2 from task 4. And you're not going to upload your graph here. So I only want you to take a picture of your instructions. You're going to upload your graph in that other assignment that I just showed you. And that part of the assignment is due February 7th. Okay, so then after you do that part, you are going to do part 2. So you will be assigned with a group member. And with that group member, what you're going to do is once they upload their instructions, you are going to graph their golf course using some type of technology. So you're going to either use GeoGebra or Desmos, or if you know another technology, you may use that. Okay, but you have to use technology. I have a video on how to use both GeoGebra and Desmos, so you can watch those videos if you need help with graphing on those tools. So you're going to follow your classmates' instructions and graph the golf course hole. And then after you do that, you're going to write a short response, 2 to 3 sentences, including the following. So you're going to explain how well you were able to follow or not follow the given instructions. And then you're going to explain how could the written response be improved. And then what you want to do is pretend you're a teacher and that you're writing the response if you're responding to one of your future students. So pretend this is one of your students' assignments and you want to give them feedback. Okay. So you're going to upload both your graph and your response to this assignment. And this part of the assignment is due on Friday, February 10th. So you should be uploading at least 2 files for this assignment. I'm assuming it's going to be 3. 1 for your own instructions, and then 1 for the graph of your classmates' whole, and then 1 for the response on how it went, graphing it. Okay. Okay, and like I said, you may upload 1 file for both the graph and feedback, or 2 separate files. Some people copy the graph from Desmos or GeoGebra into like a Word document and then puts the response, which is fine, or you can do 2 separate uploads. Okay, again, there is a rubric, so please read through that so you're clear on the expectations. And make sure you do the first part by February 7th so that your classmate has time to finish the second part by February 10th. If people don't have uploaded by February 7th, I may rearrange groups so that if someone did upload, I'll put them with someone who also uploaded. And if I have to have a group of 3, then I'll like address who should respond to each person. Okay, so if you have any questions, please let me know.